Man, I was just looking at this movie, Interstellar. A great movie. I ain't never seen this movie before. I ain't never seen a lot of movies before. When I got in this position and I realized the evil that was done to put me in this situation, I knew why my father said don't worry about time. And I knew that he wanted justice to be served just as much as I did. And I knew to keep anybody else from going through this, it was going to have to be great sacrifices. But I want to say this to families out there. I don't know what my ex-wife, I don't know what you had going on behind my back. I forgive you for it. I hope you're doing the best you can be doing at this moment. I don't know what the hell you're doing. I haven't heard from you or my child in 5 years. But I want to say this. I thought we had a beautiful family. We had issues, but it was nothing compared to what many people have. You know that now, though. You know that well now, don't you? And I knew you was young when it came down to relationships, so it ain't even much I can say to you even now. Why I do that? I know I gotta go back and run again. But I hope my son doing well. I ain't seen my son. I ain't seen no what you call it. I seen them making this video on here. I said I better make me a video. I'm gonna start making videos anyway for my son. I haven't heard from him. I get a picture from my son from my enemies, which ain't right. They old pictures. They ain't no new pictures. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know who even convinced you to even do this. But to other families out there, whatever they got going on, it ain't worth the money. It's not worth the money. Don't sign that deal with that devil. Don't do it. Because the lives that were lost, I'm witnessing lives. They had, when I first got in this situation, one whisper that I did hear was that anybody die or whatever, don't let him know. They hear everything. But I know people that done died as I've been in this situation. Loved ones, other people that I used to love, loved ones, families were destroyed in this situation. And I lost my child in this situation pretty much. It ain't worth it, y'all. I didn't even know people needed money. She didn't even need the damn money. I don't even know what she was doing. But I knew she had one flaw about her, and she had cowardly ways. She was a genius. She was brilliant. She could do anything she could put her mind to. But she was a coward when it came to the littlest, simplest stuff, and I never could wrap my head around it. I didn't know what the hell was wrong. It was like something was missing right there. God told me what it was, but I ain't gonna say on here. And so I've had to forgive her for it and understand it was just a difference in the atmosphere. Maybe we shouldn't have been together, maybe we should have, but we got a beautiful child out of it. I thought we had a beautiful family. The arguments really was coming from the external people that she was dealing with, which was my family too, convincing her all this evil to do. I never cheated on that woman. 10 years, she knew who I was all the time. I never cared what she went to. She was able to go visit her friend, family, talk to everybody, go wherever she wanted to go, do whatever she wanted to do. But we'll fuss like hell about nothing. And I knew they would pay arguments, and I forgive you for that. I knew that you was pressing me as hard as you could press me just so I could do something out of my character so y'all can have something to talk about. And I forgive all the rest of y'all for that, but only God can be the judge of y'all. Because at the end of the day, this ain't gonna bring my family back together. It can't. And it ain't gonna give me my time back with my son. And then there were people out there when it first went down, I could tell whoever signed a deal with whoever, whatever this is, There was so many people out there saying, oh, you can have another child. You can't tell nobody that they've been responsible their whole life. You can't even fix your mouth to say nothing like that to somebody like that. Because every child they have, they want to spend every moment and every time. They want to spend every moment fashionable with that child. They don't want to remember a second of their child life. And in this situation, you just took my child like yeah, everybody was just baby makers, like cats. We'll breed with a random cat, have 6 cats. Then we'll breed with another cat, have 6 cats. You're thinking like animals, so when you die, you go back to being an animal. That ain't even a human way of thinking no more. That's beastly. But I hope my son doing well. And I hope you done grew up. And if you have grew up, I hope you're doing well and better. But this situation was absurd. I mean, I felt like we already knew what we already earned together without anybody helping us. We already knew by 2025 we were going to be set and wouldn't even have to work again. I know if I had to say anything, I would say you did this so we could retire earlier than that. I don't even want to think about nothing. I don't want to think you did it because it said. I don't want to think because you did it because of drugs. I don't want to think because you did it because friends. I don't want to think about none of that because all that's garbage when it comes to what's real. You don't sacrifice a family for nobody. You thank God that you got a family. You thank God you got a husband that love you. You thank God that you got a wife that love you. You thank God that you got your kids and your wife or your husband with you. You don't ever sacrifice. You don't go around people and talk about them, the mishaps, the shortcomings. You don't do none of that. You thank God you even got somebody. And now that you over there, you see it ain't nobody over there. And I ain't saying that to disrespect you. I'm saying that because I grew up around everybody over there. They wasn't there for me, and I know they ain't going to be there for you. So we are to the world. I want this experience to help all y'all make better decisions and make better choices in y'all life. Quit sacrificing what you feel ain't good enough for what you think gonna be better. Cause the grass ain't never greener. It don't matter if you go from poor to rich to poor, don't matter. Don't none of that matter. You can't buy love. Love is priceless. It'll never be on an auction table. It'll never be something you could purchase. Even though people do it all the time. Sacrifice love all the time. Just to say I come back around when I get that next dime. Too bad. Why that round don't never come back around? Because God time ain't your time. That's God designed love, not Satan's. We gotta stop messing up love and lust. We gotta stop messing up love and lust. When the people that was in my ex-wife ear, when it came down to this stuff, the people that was in her ear, they said he ain't gonna raise no child better than mine. He ain't gonna raise no family better than me. Even if this was a movie, y'all, and some good supposed to come out of it, what good is gonna come out of taking somebody's family away from them, making them lose that much time with their kids, and sacrificing families? Our family don't even have family reunions and get together no more. It ain't about me hanging with them. I know they ain't having family reunions. I'm right here with everything. There ain't nobody gathering up like that no more. So was it worth it? We destroyed one another. Couldn't wait for my grandparents to die so we could finish killing each other. I felt the weight on their shoulder when I seen how far we fell. You mean to tell me them old lads is all that was keeping the family together? We devoured each other when they died. Nobody cried. People still laugh, killing each other. Like you going to heaven when you die. You gotta know God real. Because Satan is the reason we in this situation. You signed a deal with the guy. Ain't nothing but evil came, complete turmoil and evil came out. The only good gonna come out of this situation is what I'm telling y'all now, this experience, so that more families, the future families in the world won't make no damn decision and choice like this, not for no dollar. For what? The best part of being in a family, the best part of being in a relationship, the best part is the struggle and strive, is the trials and tribulations. Everybody trying to skip poor and jump to rich, skip all that in between just to get in the sky. For what? You can't love nobody if you skip trials and tribulations. You don't know how. With my son, I went through hell and high water with my son. I told that story over now when I put it on Facebook so y'all would learn, because I knew this was coming to pass. My son was pretty much raised in an incubator. Then you know how them babies is. They crying until they get to one to 1.5. They'll cry all the way up to 1 and 1.5 because they was in that incubator for so long. And as soon as I got my child out of there, and he never cried, he didn't cry no more. You ripped my child out of my arms with a smile on your face. And you telling me you going to heaven when? People like you will never see heaven place. People like you out there that say you can always make another baby, you'll never see heaven place. I told you the babies y'all sacrificed, the babies y'all aborted, they up there guarding the heaven gates. They helped me at the heaven gates. You gonna remember every face, even if you ain't never seen their face. You think everything's a joke? All y'all think everything's a joke. Hee-ha. Ain't got nothing. Ain't got nothing. Even the ones who got something ain't got nothing. Because I done been around y'all. I've been in the house with y'all. Some of y'all don't even want to sleep in the same bed together. Some of y'all got different houses, so you don't want to even be in that same house together. You sacrifice a beautiful life. You sacrifice love for lust, and that's what you get. Nothing. You're a lie. You're a whole lie. Everything about you is a lie. Everything about you is a lie. Because the love that you really had, you left. You let it pass by. You happily told it goodbye. You sacrificed it. And nobody know why. But I hope my son doing good. And the next time I get a picture of my son, the next time I get something about my son, it need to be from my ex-wife. Not no enemy hand. Not my family hand. Nobody hand that had anything to do with putting me in this situation. And to my ex-wife, that's how you can grow up. You can grow up by getting rid of all them, because they weren't your family in the first place. They just made sure you was in their same situation. People that do that definitely works for Satan. So get away from Satan. Save yours. Don't contemplate suicide. Don't contemplate homicide no more. Stop. Pump the brakes. It's time for your soul to be saved. Because all y'all did so much evil. you insured yourself to get to hell gates. Now, if I was y'all, while I'm still here breathing, I would drop down on my knees every day and pray. And while you praying, you make sure every day that you get up, you go and make everything right that you did when it started from that worst day, that cursed day. The money ain't no good. The Judas money ain't no good. None of it's no good. The people you signed with wasn't no good. The artists, the idols that you worship, it ain't no good. I'd rather be living in Color Purple and Fred Sanford any day than to be like y'all. Save your soul. Sit there and laugh. What you laughing for? You ain't having no family reunion no more. You don't have family get together no more. Your family don't even want to be around you no more. You don't have true love around you no more. What you laughing for? Can't you tell that you're knocking on heaven? Can't you tell that you're knocking on hell's door? Not heaven door, hell's door. We must understand before we go to where we got to go, we reflect where we're going to go. You are being perfectly molded and you are being remodified to make sure that you're ready when you get to hell's door. You ain't had nothing, you lost everything, you in piss poor poverty shape, you in bad shape, you made sure your family wasn't no good when you left them, you made sure you was empty handed when you getting ready to leave out of earth. Oh yeah, you ready to go. Cause you already know what's next. But I forgive all y'all though, cause this was a mess. And as much as you took from me, you flipped my life upside down. You tore my life apart. And you get together, the only time y'all can even get together is to gossip and talk about someone who actually loved y'all folk. And you think you're going well. You're not going to heaven. Period. That's why I told everybody, when God sent me to hell, for what God sent me to hell for, it wasn't nothing compared to what y'all been doing. Nothing. And hell is not where you think you can go. Hell is not the place you think you can easily go. Hell is not the place you want to go. And you out here hee ha ha, you running from prison now. I was so glad I was in there for 2 minutes. And I would rather come back here and live for the 80 years in prison. Hard time. I was in hell for 2 minutes. 42 hours in hell. 2 minutes is 42 hours in hell. And I would rather get out of hell and live 80 years in prison doing hard time than to be in there another 2 minutes. If I was all y'all, I'd fix my soul before I go and hope that God have mercy on y'all folk. Because the most person out of all this that hurts me the most, that was hurt the most in this situation, was my son. He didn't deserve none of it. Last time I seen my son, when I could have seen my son, when she was still being evil with me and my son told me I didn't know who to call. I don't know who to call daddy. You or somebody. He told me somebody else's name. She already done started trying to program him slow. But you know now though, don't you? You know now, don't you? You know now, don't you, though? You know. You know. I bet you if you could rewind the hands of time and somebody came to your door with all the money in the world, you wouldn't even think about sacrificing love. That's what you need to be telling on the other side. You don't need to be telling nobody about what I did, how I did it, all fabricating any more lies. You need to go on ahead and start real slow and stop being a coward and show folks you can grow and then tell everybody the truth. And so you can help build up the damn youth some more. So nobody ever sign a deal like this anymore. Nobody can come up to me. My soul belong to God and me. It ain't nobody out there. I don't care if you own Color Purple. I don't care if you own the world. I don't care if you own the world and the world loves you and the world sit here and skate you over here to me. I'm going to sit here and stand flat-footed and tell you no.